Breaking news right now out of Tampa. This is over on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We're hearing that St. Joseph's Hospital, on the roof at least, there was a fire. We're still trying to find out if that fire is completely out. We do have ABC Action News anchor Linda Hurtado out at the scene right now on the phone. Linda, what can you see right now?
Just got on the scene. First of all, I do want to tell you, I don't think it's St. Joseph's Hospital that's on fire, but the Cancer Institute. Joining me now is Jason Penny, who is the PIO at the Tampa Fire Rescue. I hope you guys can see him. I'm trying to get him in here. Tell us what you know is going on so far.
Well, we got a call at about 2:20 this afternoon to the Cancer Institute. There was a fire at the Cancer Institute here at St. Joseph's Hospital. So we immediately sent out all of our working fire units to come out and take a look at what's going on and start fighting it. It looks to be some sort of construction scene, and just about everybody looked to be evacuated and staged up on the outside to make sure that there weren't any injuries or anybody hurt right now. So that's all I know right now, but I need to go back and see what I can find out so I can give you some more details.
Okay, again, the Cancer Institute looks like a construction site. No injuries. They have evacuated?
None reported yet, but we've got all of our aerial units and our multiple engines here committed to fighting the fire, and we're trying to find out what it is, the source, and make sure that it gets out as quick as possible.
Now, it doesn't look like it's under control yet. Is that safe to say?
I don't know yet. That will be an official statement by the incident commander, but that's something I'm going to have to find out. But we're certainly got all of our units dedicated to making sure it gets out as quick as possible.
And the media is going to be staging, do you know yet, Jason?
I haven't decided yet, or
all right.
Find the best spot. So.
All right, thank you so much for that update.
Right.
I appreciate it. Okay, again, Laura, literally, I just walked up on the scene. I apologize for my poor photography skills, but I jumped out of the car because I saw all the fire trucks and fire engines zooming down Martin Luther King, and I knew, obviously, with the number of vehicles arriving on scene, this was a big deal. So I just parked my car as close as I could get and just came out here and walked to the scene, and this is what I am seeing. Are you still listening to me, Laura? Can you hear me?
I am, Linda, and I have a quick question for you because we were looking at the tower cams and we could see dark smoke. This was about 25 minutes ago. Now we're not so much seeing that, but as I'm seeing this picture from you on the ground, it still looks like there's definitely an issue in this area.
Oh, the fire's still going. It's not out. You can see if you can, and again, I apologize, I can't see what my video is framing, but there is a fire truck, and they've got water being poured onto it. Looks like the roof of the Cancer Institute, and I still see smoke. I do not see flames, but I still see plenty of dark smoke. When I first was driving down MLK, you were right. It was a pillar of black smoke, and I mean, literally, the fire must have just ignited because shortly after that is when all the fire trucks started rolling down MLK. So it's certainly not as bad as it was, but they're still fighting this fire. I think what people at home need to know is that it's not St. Joseph's Hospital. It's the Cancer Institute right next door. And as you heard from the PIO, from Tampa Fire Rescue, as far as he knows right now, we don't have any injuries. And I think he said that they had evacuated everybody that was in the Cancer Institute. But you can see this is serious. They've got lots of personnel on scene, and you know, there are people getting treatments and being seen in that Cancer Institute, and I'm sure the first call of business was to make sure that they got everybody out. I will say that the PIO was just arriving on the scene too, and has to go gather some information. And in these breaking news kind of situations, sometimes the first news reports that come out are not always accurate, simply because I just walked on scene and so did he. But that is what we're learning right now from the scene.
Linda, another question for you. Now that we know basically everyone inside there got out safely, they're not reporting any injuries, what is the street looking like at this point? Because it's about 2:49, so people are going to start getting off work soon. I'm certain they've closed that entire area off, and that's a major street in Tampa.
Yeah, this is Savannah that I'm standing on right now, and I'm standing in the middle of it because it is closed. And you can see all the fire trucks and the personnel out here. Martin Luther King was another main thoroughfare that goes through our town. That's what I was driving on. It's not shut down, but the traffic was moving quite slowly. It runs in front of St. Joseph's Hospital. Havana runs on the side. So, yes, there are two major streets that are being affected right now. They're keeping people away pretty much, although you'll see that some of the people that are at the businesses nearby have all come out to kind of try to figure out what's going on. And I will say the emotion of the scene, Laura, you know, you report long enough, you get to a seat, you can kind of get a feel for what's going on. Nobody's rushing around here, so I feel like that things are under control. I don't see anybody panicking. I don't see any, craziness going on. I see firefighters doing their job, and they are blocking. They've got a lot of people here. Go ahead. You have another.
Right, Linda. And Action Air 1 is headed to your scene right now. But it's just amazing to me. I guess you were just driving to work because you're right down the street from the station. And I'm looking at the Twitter feed. I mean, truly, from the pictures we were seeing from the smoke, we thought the entire building was on fire. And so you're saying it's the Cancer Institute that's adjacent to.
Yes, and I do have Lisa Patterson here, who's the spokesperson for St. Joseph's Hospital. Lisa, I'm on a phone. I apologize if I'm not framing you. Great. So she's going to tell us a little bit more so we get the facts straight about what is on fire. Lisa?
What I can tell you at this point is that this building was under renovation. There were no patients inside the facility whatsoever. As far as we know, everybody was safe. There were just construction workers in the building, and it was some kind of construction-related fire that was on the roof. The adjacent building is an outpatient area. We evacuated those folks who are mobile. They're not hospitalized patients. We exited them from the building just to be sure that they were safe.
So at this point, nobody's in that building and no lives are in danger?
Correct.
So what happens now, Lisa? This was the Cancer Institute was under construction, as you said. What is currently going on? They're just continuing to fight the fire?
Yeah, I'd have to defer to the fire department for that, but I just wanted everybody, there's been a lot of concern, obviously, a lot of smoke, very exciting, you can see it from far away. Fortunately, everybody's safe, no patients have been affected.
And the main hospital, it's just business as usual?
Business as usual.
So what should people know that are at home if they have patients here or they need to come to the hospital? What would you advise at this point?
I would advise them to probably avoid this area if you don't need to come right now. Your loved ones are safe inside. Again, this building is under construction, is under renovation. There were no patients inside the building whatsoever. And we have layers of security here, layers of fire doors, lots of ways to keep people safe, from my understanding. And you can see it looks to be well in hand.
Okay, Lisa, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to stay. Just talk to Edward Lawrence, our reporter. Thank you, so we can get this on for Block News. All right, Laura, so now you've heard from both the PIO from Tampa Fire Rescue and the PIO from St. Joseph's Hospital. Again, I can give you pictures from the scene and kind of give you the mood. Is there any other questions you might have?
Linda, I think we're good. Thank you so very much for all that information from the ground. And now we have Action Air 1 pictures from the air, as you can see, that thick smoke still up. We've been reporting on this, I'd say, for the last 45 minutes. When those first calls came in, we heard them here in the newsroom, sent a crew out, Action Air 1 just getting on the scene. This is at St. Joseph's Hospital with the Cancer Institute, which is adjacent to the actual hospital. And you just heard there from a fire official on the scene, there were no patients inside of that building. It was actually being renovated at the time of that fire, the fire starting on the roof because of whatever those renovations were, but there were no patients inside that building at the time. The adjacent building that was very close to that fire, people were evacuated from that building. We're being told right now, no injuries to report. You can see the ladder truck right there, firefighters dousing water, trying to get that fire under control. But the good news here, we're not hearing any reports of injuries. This is over on MLK in Tampa, busy road. Almost 3 o'clock, people getting off of work, as you can imagine. Some people wondering what happened to the hospital. Again, this is the building adjacent to St. Joseph's Hospital, the Cancer Institute, where they were doing renovations. There were no patients inside at the time that fire broke out. You can see that from Action Air 1. I do believe we now have Ryan Raish, reporter on the scene. We're still working to get him right now, but we still have multiple units. You just heard Linda Hurtado, 5 o'clock anchor. We're looking at live pictures again from Action Air 1. Just see that, just amazing pictures there. This is live right now happening. That ladder truck, again, trying to put out the flames. And we still don't know exactly what caused this fire. We are being told speculation that the renovations, whatever was happening, the construction on top of that roof, that is where the fire started. We have multiple reporters on the scene right now. We have Ryan Raish out there. We have our Edward Lawrence out there trying to get some interviews, getting some information. I do believe we now have Ryan Raish out at the scene. Ryan, what can you tell us from the ground?
Yeah, Laura, I want to give you kind of a scene set over here. If you take it, we're going to turn around here. Look at all these firefighters.
Unfortunately, we just lost Ryan there, but you could see all of those firefighters in the area. Maybe we can go back to Action Air 1 because we are getting some very good pictures right now just on top of that scene. Again, we're talking about a fire over at St. Joseph's Hospital that is on MLK in Tampa. Still working to get a little bit more information from Tampa Fire Rescue. They say they will update the media as soon as they can. Here's a live picture from Action Air 1 right now, though. You can see that street. I do believe to the right there, that's MLK. Our Linda Hurtado, ABC Action News 5 o'clock anchor, was standing out there. She was driving by. She said she could see that thick cloud of smoke. All of this starting maybe about 45 minutes ago when we joined you. You can see the ladder truck there. Now Action Air 1 zooming in on an ambulance. We are being told that there are no injuries to report at this time, but that's just at this time. Linda Hurtado is still out there, our 5 o'clock anchor. Linda, do you have any new information within the last 2 to 3 minutes when we spoke with you?
Not any new information, but we can actually jump in on a press conference with Lisa Patterson if you guys would like to. She's talking to the media and briefing them right now, so let's listen in.
I'm not there. I really couldn't tell you. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Do you know how many people were evacuated?
I don't. I just came out here when I saw the smoke because I knew you would have questions. I wanted to give you the answers, but I had.
And so, what can you tell us about what's happening right now? Or is the building, what kind of...
Basically what I'm going to... Okay.
About the active scene, I'll have to defer to clarify that. All I can tell you is that no patients were in the building, that all the construction workers were evacuated as far as we know, and that he evacuated patients in a neighboring building that were outpatients, so they were not hospitalized patients, just so they...
In this building where there was construction...
All right, I understand that it's a little bit hard for you to hear it. I did talk to Lisa just a few moments ago, so I'm going to show you pictures from the scene and kind of tell you what she said. This fire started at the Cancer Institute, which I believe you can see right in front of you. It was under renovation, and there were no patients currently being treated in there. They did evacuate the surrounding areas. At this point, she says no one has been injured. The hospital, St. Joe's, which is adjacent, you can see right here, it's just business as usual there, although she is asking people, if you do have patients that are in the hospital right now, it would be better to stay away from the scene. I don't need to tell you why. It's pretty obvious. The roads are busy right now. So since I've been here, it does look like they're getting this fire under control. When I first was driving down MLK, a black, just billowing smoke coming out. So I imagine about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago is when it started. I can't even tell you how many scenes are on unit, but they got here very quickly, and they have managed to really get it under control. Laura, you can see the people moving around here. Nobody's panicking. There are no injuries they're tending to. So right now it's just a case of making sure that they get all the hot spots out and that this fire is out. How did it start? We still don't know. It's an active construction scene. Could have been something there. But it doesn't look like at this point the adjacent hospital is at risk. When I talked to Lisa Patterson, she said she just wanted everyone to know that everyone that was nearby when the fire started got evacuated. There was nobody actually inside, and that they have no injuries to report right now. Tampa Fire Rescue, the PIO who I spoke to, confirmed that. He said, and as I'm talking to you, it looks like now the smoke is really kind of stopped. And if you can see on that roof, you see that there are people on the roof, so it doesn't look like it's in danger of collapsing. So it does look like things are dying down here. I do expect that we will have a news conference. Okay, we can see, I'm understanding that you guys are seeing chopper shots and that you can see water hitting the roof or coming from the roof, I'm not sure. But so you're seeing what I can't see, water hitting the roof from overhead. But this, again, is part of their course of action to make sure that this fire is out and that they get all the hot spots and that it doesn't reignite. Again, I would tell people if you need to be in this area, it's Habana and MLK, Hillsborough on the other side, that this would not be a good area to come to right now. As you can see, hopefully, from either Action Air 1 pictures or the video I'm showing you from my iPhone, it's a very busy place. But again,
all right, Linda, thank you so very much. Just to wrap up again, we've been with this for about 45 minutes now. You're looking at Action Air 1 aerial pictures, a fire happening at the St. Joseph's Cancer Institute, a building that was being renovated. There was no one inside that building at the time of the fire. No injuries reported just yet. Of course, we will stay with this breaking news situation. We will bring you a lot more coming up on ABC Action News and the Now Tampa Bay coming up at 4 o'clock. We now join regularly scheduled programming.
ABCNews.com.
It's a bold new way to get your news. The Now Tampa Bay on your ABC Action News station. Live breaking news. Florida's most accurate weather. News happening now. The Now Tampa Bay, today at 4.